All right. Welcome to week 4, students, parents. This I have chosen to get rid of that. I have chosen to kind of restructure how I do my overviews for a couple of reasons. Well, really one reason. I realized that the way that I had it structured, where I had the week overview in one document, but then I was asking students to access resources and the assignments through Classroom. There was a little bit of uh, there was a little bit of confusion. Students might have missed a few things because they're going between the document and the actual assignments, and the resources were a little bit overwhelming as well and not clearly labeled, perhaps. So I'm trying to consolidate all that information into one document. So the idea is that at the end of the week, the only thing, or close to the only thing that they have to turn in is just this document, because everything they need to do is either linked in this document or attached to this document. Okay, so that's the idea. Um, so let's jump in. All right, important details for this week. You are currently watching this week's intro video, so good for you. You will know what to do. Small group schedule can be found here. There's a link to that. Students will complete their choice of 2 projects from the choices in the project choice column, which is right here, and I'll get to that. All projects are on the pages below, respectively. Okay, most of them are. There is one that needed to be linked because it's Google Slides um, option. Okay, all assignments, as usual, are and projects are due on Friday the 24th. Okay, no small groups on Friday. That's still the same. A minimum SMART score of 80 is expected on all IXL assignments. All right, so a minimum, at least 80 on those IXL assignments. All right, here's the BrainPop login. So here are the questions for, or sorry, the information to log into BrainPop, which is going to be a resource for students. Okay, so here's the overview. Lesson warm up. I'll see you in class. We'll do that either Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, depending on which homeroom you're in, and then anywhere between 9 and 11 o'clock, depending on which small group you're in. We will do warm ups in your respective small group classes. All right. Here are the IXL assignments. We're still in week 1 of our skill plan, set 4. So there are 2 skills in that set: adding and subtracting decimal numbers, and then multiplying and dividing by powers of 10 with exponents. Here are resources that relate to these 2 skills: adding and subtracting decimal song, which is a catchy song on YouTube. BrainPop exponents, so that's a link to the BrainPop video covering exponents, and then a mind-blowing video on our universe in powers of 10. Very, very interesting. And then a Khan Academy video, powers of 10. Right, so you've got a number of resources that should help if you get stuck or you forget or you're confused. Okay, and then 2 projects. So one project that relates to adding and subtracting decimals and numbers, and one project relating to powers of 10. All right, so the NFL QBR project or the Galaxy Mapping project. All right, and then for the second set of skills, we've got multiplying a decimal number by a multi-digit whole number and describe the coordinate plane. Resources for each of those skills, and then projects for each of those skills. Common sense stories, coordinate plane, phrase, puzzle. Now, I will describe each of those projects in turn, but remember, students only need to complete 2 out of the 4 project options. Okay, so it could be these 2 or um, one from each skill set, or any combination. Any 2 out of the 4 um, are what need to be completed for the week. All right. All right, so then the first project that's listed up there is the NFL QBR project. All right, so this is nicely attached to the document and can be completed because students have been given their own copy in the classroom assignment. Okay, again, so that students can complete it and just really be turning in one thing at the end of the week that has all of the work that they've done. Okay, so here's the idea for this project. The goal is to learn and practice the skill of subtracting and adding decimal numbers by exploring the differences between NFL quarterbacks. So the quarterback rating, and this is going to appeal to a number of students and not all, and so that's why I gave it 4 choices. Right, I tried to have a little bit of differentiation when it came to interest. All right, I probably didn't pick everybody's favorite topic, but I'll continue trying to mix it up a little bit with projects. All right, so the idea is that statisticians they rate quarterbacks differently. So there's definitely differences between quarterbacks. So I have linked an ESPN website that kept track of this for the 2019 season, and then I've got a number of questions down here that will require some either addition and subtraction or both in order to find the answer. Okay, so for instance, down here, and big deal here: do not use a calculator. Right, that defeats the purpose. So, for instance, first question is, what is the difference between the highest rated quarterback and the lowest rated quarterback in the 2019 season? Student can click on the link, which brings them up to this website here. And so I've got the highest rated quarterback, who was Lamar Jackson, at 81 and 8/10 or 81.8. And the lowest on the list is Mason Rudolph at 34 and 4/10 or 34.4. So then I would go back and write out my subtraction equation, and I'd be subtracting 34 and 4/10 from 81 and what was it? 8/10. Yep, 8/10. Right, and then that would give me the answer to that. So the idea is that you continue going through these questions and finding the data or the stats in order to complete your various equations based on these questions. Okay, and that's the project. That's the NFL QBR project. Okay, all right. And the next was the Galaxy Mapping project, and that had to do with powers of 10. All right, so here's the overview. Students will learn and practice skills relating to powers of 10 by researching and carefully mapping out our solar system by converting the multiple of millions of miles in distance into a power of 10 equation. All right, so directions. Use the website link to research the various distances planets are from the sun. So that's a link that shows you how far each planet in our solar system is from the sun. There's a couple of measurements because of the difference in planets' rotation around the sun. Use the average measurement. All right. Please do not Google or use a calculator. That would again defeat the purpose. All right. Answer the questions below. The first one has been done for you. So I've given you an example. You're welcome. Okay. So here's what's being asked. So distance from the sun to, and then the various planets. So from the sun to Venus is 107 million miles. Well, I've chosen to convert that into a power of 10 equation. So I've got 1 700th times 10 to the 8th power. All right, and if you're familiar with powers of 10, which you should be because you've worked on the skills, you've had the lesson, that's what this is the outcome of this equation, right? 107 million, right? And then you're wondering, hey, how do I get that little superscript 8? I give you directions right here in this comment, okay? And then continue with these next few planets, all right? And then a bonus question. You're gonna have to figure out how to go about this, right? That's the idea. What is the distance between Neptune and Venus? Now, of course, the distances are only relating to the distance between the sun and each respective planet. So it doesn't give you distances between planets. So you're going to have to find that. All right, you're going to have to do some logical reasoning. All right. Okay. And then there is the coordinate plane word puzzle. All right. And the directions for this is in this linked video. All right, so feel free to click on that for directions on the coordinate plane word puzzle. And then finally, there is oops, the Common Sense Stories project, which is a Google slide. So this is going to take students right to Classroom. This is the only one uh, that might need to be attached separately and turned in. Okay, so it'll take you to a separate assignment for this week. It's going to be located in the same area that this hyperdoc is located, but here are all the directions. Okay, bring you right to here, gives you the directions, gives you the template to create your Google slide telling stories about money. All right, be creative. All right, so there's that, and that's pretty much it for the week. Okay. Uh, Another thing to mention is that I'm not requiring any choice board activities for math this week. I think you've got plenty of skills to work on in addition to the projects. So I think that you'll be plenty fine. But the choice board moving forward, the way that I want to use it is really just for supplemental education, right? If you've completed all your work and you're looking for something to explore, use those choice boards. All right. I think I got the sense that there were plenty of students who were like, oh, I've got plenty of stuff to do in math, plenty of stuff for social studies, not to mention ELA and science and specials. So I am not going to require any set number of things be done on the choice board. That is for that is up to you. I'll leave that up to you. If you complete things quickly and you're looking for more enrichment, please use the choice board. But I will not require anything done on the choice board this week. Okay. All right. Social studies. I will be getting information out about that shortly. Okay. But hopefully this is going to help students and parents kind of just hone in on in one area, kind of consolidate all that information. Okay. All right. Well, I'll see you in class, and good luck this week.